A little war update. You know, we've been told the worst thing that could happen. What is that? What is the worst thing that Iran could gain access to? What is the worst thing? The reason why we're at war, and we have to make sure that what is the worst thing that could happen?
They could get a nuclear weapon.
Okay. But is it? Is that the worst thing?
Tell me what you're thinking.
The thing that would give them more power over their enemies or the world, is that what it is? Think about this for a second. What happens if they get a nuclear weapon? We're told that if they get a nuclear weapon, they're going to what?
Well, they'll use it.
On
us.
Or Israel, right?
Right.
Okay. Maybe. But if any country does that, what would be the result? Let's say you get your brand new nuclear weapon. You just came in.
Mm-hmm.
You had ordered it months ago. You picked out the colors and the trim, and it's finally here. You just got your nuclear weapon. And we've been told if they get a, they're going to use it. I mean, you think they're going to have a nuclear weapon and not use it? You really? Really? Okay. So let's play that out. Iran gets hold of the nuclear weapon. It just arrives at the dealership. They go and pick it up, drive it home, and then they unleash it on the U.S. They target. If you unleash it, you have to target someplace, right?
Right.
So you target, let's say the biggest city, let's say New York City. So you're going to target one place is going to be struck. Now what would happen? What would we do in response?
We'd strike back.
What would be the advantage to them? They just used their only nuclear weapon, or maybe they have 3, or maybe they have 5. But we have 5,000. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally, we have 5,400.
Certain doom.
Right. It's what they call mutually assured destruction, right? MAD, mutually assured destruction. If they fire 1 or 2, as you said, we'd respond to that 1 or 2. How does that advantage them? Our total inventory on warheads, we have 5,044. That includes retired weapons. But active military stockpiles, we have 3,700 warheads. And actively deployed, meaning closer to over there, we have 1,700. There's a reason why nuclear countries don't attack other nuclear countries. Mm-hmm. Look at North Korea. They're nuclear. They're part of the nuclear club. There are 9. Maybe we'll look at that in a second. They have a dictator. They hate us. They haven't used their weapons because of MAD, because of mutually assured destruction. It's only mutually assured destruction if there is some parity in the number of weapons, right? Mm-hmm. Both countries, and the example I gave before with Iran, both countries would not be destroyed. Only one would be destroyed.
Right.
It'd be Iran. It wouldn't be us. We'd have damage. We'd have lasting damage for decades, perhaps, in certain places. But we would not be destroyed. They would be destroyed. So if the new kid on the block has only 1 or 2, it is not likely they're going to use it as an offensive weapon. More likely they're going to be part of the club because they don't want to be attacked by other members of that club. And who are the members of that club? In fact, the only nuclear country that has used nuclear weapons on another country is us. The last time it happened, we dropped the Fat Man. That was the nickname, the Fat Man, on Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Which was days after having done it to Hiroshima. It was August 9th, 1945. That's how long it's been since a nuclear weapon was used as an offensive weapon. Mm-hmm. And at that time, we were the only country that had them. So since then, countries that have become nuclear powers or possessors, the United States, Russia, China, France, the UK, Pakistan, India, Israel, and North Korea. Okay? These nations have a combined stockpile of 12,000 nuclear warheads, which, of course, is enough to destroy everyone on the face of the earth. The majority of those, in fact, 90% of that total belong to Russia and the United States. I like the days when we were the only ones that had the nuclear weapons. I mean, the more countries that get them, there is a great risk that some country is going to go rogue using a nuclear weapon against us or another country. But if the past is any guide, countries don't generally get them to use them. They get them to protect themselves from even the hint of it happening against them.
Right.
They don't get them as a sword. They get them as a shield. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon. I don't want them to become the 10th nuclear power in the world. Once you go, you never go back. But I think all the talk and the fear language about Iran can never get a nuclear weapon should at least be tempered with the actual facts of who has them, don't they also hate us, and what have they done with them for the decades we've not been the only nuclear power in the world. What have they done? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It has protected them from us doing something to them, or in the case of Iran, perhaps of Israel doing something against Iran, or us doing something against Iran. So if Iran got a nuclear weapon and used that nuclear weapon on the U.S. or Israel, it damages that particular location. Well, as an example was New York City. But it would be met with a counterattack, and the damage that Iran would do would be limited to one place and the surrounding area. So devastating in tons of ways, psychologically damaging and distressing, but limited in impact in that it's not in the other parts of the country. And it's certainly not in other parts of the world. Those parts are not as impacted, and they would be out of weapons. So they would be done and they would be gone, and we would take care of that. Now, back to the original question. What is the worst thing that Iran could gain access to? What could do the most damage that could be used to bend other countries to Iran's will, that could be seen as a powerful weapon that Iran could use as a sword and not as a shield? It's actually the weapon that we gave them when we went there on the 28th of February. It is the Strait of Hormuz. That is a more powerful weapon than a nuclear bomb. And let me make the case. This is a weapon that is bending nuclear powers to their will and not putting them at risk of a nuclear response. They didn't have to develop it. It just came with the February 28th attack. A benefit to them for the war, something they couldn't have done likely before the war. And I think it's ironic. Using the fear of Iran continuing to enrich uranium and someday maybe developing a nuclear weapon that they might never deploy but could only use as a deterrent, something that might never happen, and if it did, perhaps only used as a shield, not as a sword. And if Iran were to use that one nuclear weapon to attack one particular location, it would be a one-time event and a one and only location, and then would also result in their destruction. How much more advantageous for them is it to just take the gift of the Strait of Hormuz, open it, charge tolls at the rate of about $250 million a week, and on occasion impact not just one city or one region or one country, but impact the entire world by shutting down the strait for either offensive or defensive reasons.
Wow.
I think the answer to the question, what is the worst thing that Iran could gain access to, is not the nuclear program. I think it is the stranglehold on the entire world that is the Strait of Hormuz.